Titans, a quartet of towering talents. Kid Flash, whose speed defies the eye to follow. Wonder Girl, swift and powerful super lass. Speedy, whose fantastic arrows perform awesome feats. Aqualad, bold and daring marine marvel. Fabulous foursome for right against might. The Teen Titans.
What's up, Mego fans? Welcome back to the M.I.B. Master Museum. I'll be your curator today. Guys, welcome to our Teen Titans exhibit. We've never put all of our Teen Titan Mego retro figures on display at the same time. We've done them in sets, but we've never had all of our Teen Titans on set at the same time. So we wanted to do an exhibit for our Teen Titans. So a little quick background history. Our opening audio really spoke just in basic general language, I should say, of the four original Teen Titans. And that was from a cartoon, actually. That was from 1967. But the Teen Titans really got their start, I believe, in 1964, 3 years prior, in July. And for all of our comic book fans out there, if you have any information that you want to share on this exhibit, please definitely leave a comment underneath this video in the comment section. We would love to get your take on the history of the Teen Titans, who's your favorite Teen Titan, all of those things. And the beauty of it is that the Teen Titans have a huge roster. We have 8 in our museum collection right now, with more on the way. But there's a ton of Teen Titan, and we're looking at our this is the new Teen Titans. It started in the 80s. I'll say around there. I think they got their comic book around 1982. If I'm not mistaken, I believe the new Teen Titans comic book was released in 1982. And we're looking at our Raven right here. She's one of my favorite Teen Titans. Figures Toy Company did a beautiful job on this. You see her shoes came off. I have no desire to go in there and put her shoes back on. So that's where they'll stay at the bottom of her bubble. But Figures Toy Company did a beautiful job at producing these figures. Beautiful. Here's our Cyborg. The Teen Titans are one of my favorite super-powered groups because being a kid in the late 1970s and the early 1980s, I could really connect with the Teen Titans because they were kids. They were young people with these magnificent powers, these wonderful, wonderful powers, and they had youth on their side as well. And we know a lot of the Teen Titans really were like sidekicks. I mean, we don't have him up here right now, but we have Robin. He's not in our museum collection, but they do have a Teen Titan of Robin that we have placed orders for. We placed orders for all of those guys, so give us a little time, and we'll be able to share those guys with you as well. But Robin and Wonder Girl, Kid Flash, Aqualad, Speedy, all these guys were sidekicks, who decided to really start their own team. Here's our Starfire. Starfire is another fantastic comic book character. I don't think she gets nearly the credit that she truly deserves. When I was a kid, growing up, I thought Starfire was super cool. I mean, beauty as well as power. But the compassion to control that power and not really, I mean, because if Starfire really wanted to, and like I said, my comic book guys know this, if Starfire really wanted to, she's extremely powerful. I mean, Starfire could have laid a lot of hurt on a lot of people. That's how powerful she was. But she's a very compassionate character, and whoever went into the writing and the designing of Starfire took a lot of that in consideration. And this is just a beautiful rendition of Starfire. As you can see, she's minty fresh. She still has the plastic bag over her head. That's how minty fresh she is. My daughter wants this Starfire so desperately. So I had to actually wind up buying my daughter one of her own. But that didn't change. She still wants this one. So here's Nightwing. Now, let's bring Nightwing down. Nightwing is we know is Robin, really. Just with a new, super cool outfit. But this was another, I don't know, guys. What do you think? Did they go too far in changing Robin's name and his outfit? I don't think so. I think they did a great job. I think they did a great job on him. But we want to know from our comic book people. We want to know from our Teen Titan fans. We want to know from our Robin fans or our Nightwing fans. Did they go too far? Did they get it right? I'll tell you who got it right. Figures Toy Company got it right. Whether you like the new outfit or not, the head sculpt on Nightwing is fantastic. They gave him this type of leather type of material here for his collar, and it's just absolutely beautiful. When they released this figure, it was a no-brainer for me. I said I absolutely have to have the new Nightwing Teen Titans figure. This is when I really became interested, like around 1980, 1982, somewhere around there, especially when the new Teen Titans comic book was released. I was really into the Teen Titans, so I had to get issue after issue after issue of the new Teen Titans. Because once again, you know, what in 1980 I was 10, 82 I was 12. I'm aging myself, guys. So it's about 12 years old in 1982. So to me, to be able to dream, to be that young and have those type of powers, and Robin was even cooler. Nightwing was even cooler because the suit possessed certain capabilities, power capabilities. But for the most part, Nightwing was just like us. He was a human being with extraordinary fighting skills and acrobat, abilities. So, we could connect with Nightwing. Not to mention, and this is a whole nother topic though, the other Teen Titans must have been really cool with Robin, because he was really the leader, so to speak. He was the leader. And to me, if I'm Cyborg or I'm Starfire, or any other of the members that have all of these super powered capabilities, we might have to do a revote or something. I don't know. And Robin, I mean, you are like the only human being out of the crew. But I don't know. But that was the respect. That was the leadership that radiated with Nightwing and with Robin. Nightwing / Robin. So I think it was a mutual respect from all of the rest of the Teen Titan members that gave, that made Nightwing the leader, and really the unchallenged leader. What do you think, though, guys? Don't take my word for it. Just because I have the museum here, we want to hear you guys' take on it. Should Raven been the leader? When this first set of 4, let me get you a blown out shot here. This first set of 4 Teen Titans were released by the M.I.B Corporation back in the late 1970s. It was like 1977, I believe. These guys were super rare. They were hard to come by. When I was a kid, I had no concept of the Teen Titans. I was only about 7 years old when they came out. So Batman, Superman, Robin, Aquaman, those guys were on my radar as far as what I wanted as a kid, as a toy. So these guys weren't 8 inches tall. These guys were 7 inches tall. So this is a new concept in many ways, from the new gloved hands, as opposed to M.I.B tried a lot of new stuff with the Teen Titans. These gloves, as opposed to the oven mitts. And we all know, as M.I.B collectors, we all know about those oven mitts. Some people like them, some people don't. I think they got them right. So the Teen Titans were innovative for M.I.B in many ways. Their size, different uniforms, as far as their gloves. So they tried something different. Wonder Girl, no articulation in Wonder Girl's arms. She was just arms was just straight up and down, no articulation whatsoever. Their boots also were different. They fit so snug that, as you can see, we're looking at Aqualad's pants legs here. They had to be cut off at the knees because they couldn't fit. They couldn't have the standard stocking style, all the way down to the foot, the footies. They couldn't fit into the boots. The boots were too snug. So this was another technique that was used, innovative technique that was used on the Teen Titans at the time. Same, because the gloves were too snug fit. Same with the shirts. They were cut off at the elbows. So a lot of these different techniques, and we're looking at our Speedy right here. Speedy was the hardest one for me to find from Figures Toy Company. Speedy was released by Figures Toy Company, and as quickly as he was released, he didn't last long. He sold out almost immediately. And to this day, Speedy and I want to say Aqualad are the two hardest to find. Now, we can talk about rare, what's hard to find or not, because that, I think that'll differ from each, Teen Titan to the other. But from my knowledge, Speedy and Aqualad were the toughest to find. Once again, though, if you guys got some information that you want to share, we would love to hear it. But for me, even with this new retro figure from Figures Toy Company, this Speedy was hard to find. He was hard to locate. He was expensive. I paid a little over, oh my goodness, after shipping and handling, about $40 for my Speedy. I got him from Emerald City Comics. So the shipping and handling, guys. So those are the old days of walking into a toy store and paying a few dollars for tax, and walking out and walking home with your with your Mego figure. Those days are long gone. You want one, you have to track him down. We tracked this one down at Emerald City Comics because Figures Toy Company had sold out and they retired the product. And when they retire a product, and when people say, what's retired? Well, retired is what it means. For the most part, they won't produce any more of these figures. So whatever figure, however many they made, they produced of Speedy. That's it, And and what it does is it effectively makes this figure more desirable in the collecting community with collectors. It keeps his collectability up. It makes him rare. He's hard to find. So all those things. But you can still get this guy. Like I said, we got ours from Emerald City Comics about maybe 6 or 7 months ago, and I believe they still carry him. So it depends on where you go. I have a few favorites. I don't know, out of my new Teen Titans or out of my believe it or not, Wonder Girl is one of my favorites. I couldn't give you a definitive reason why. I think the character was really cool. I remember going into a comic book store years ago, decades ago. I want to say probably around 1993. And they had the full set of the original Mego 1977 Teen Titans. And they weren't on the card or anything like that. But I remember just seeing how cool they all looked. And actually, Wonder Girl, you could get her in two variations. A variant of her was she had skin tone sleeves, as opposed to this. Ours have just, her arms are out, but she had skin tone sleeves as well. That was another variation of her that you could find. I don't know which one's more rare. I would like to say, venture to guess that the skin tone sleeved Wonder Girl is more rare and more expensive, harder to find too, because they didn't produce a lot of those. Guys, what do you think of our Teen Titan exhibit? Do you have any of these guys? Are you looking for any of these guys? Not hard to find. Some of them a little bit more than others, but for the most part, all these guys are available. Here's our Cyborg. I think Figures Toy Company did a beautiful job on the head sculpt of Cyborg. The uniform. You're talking about an 8-inch figure with this much detail and attention to detail. And there were some innovative techniques used on Cyborg, from his feet to the armor, the hand sculpts here. Really cool. There's a set of the new Teen Titans that you can get that was actually signed by the actual artist that did the actual artwork for the Teen Titans, and you can get that off it's an Emerald City Comics exclusive, and you can get the set of 4, and I believe they go for about $140. for the entire set. And you're looking, this one looks a little different. Well, I ordered these guys from Figures Toy Company, all four, and I got an Easter egg, if you will, a surprise out of the fourth. Cyborg was one of the signed cards from the actual artist that did the artwork. And I don't know if that was a mistake on Figures Toy Company's part, is the shipping, but they shipped this particular one. As you can see, his artwork is different. It has the big moon in the back, and that's how the rest of the four should look with the signed artwork. But these are the regular ones, just the regular ones. So I thought that was really neat, that my Cyborg was kind of special and unique in that regard. And I didn't have to pay nearly $140, $150 some dollars for shipping and handling for these guys. But you can get that set of four, specially signed by the artist, from Emerald City Comics for about $140. And I couldn't tell you what shipping and handling is, probably another $12, $13. So you're gonna, they're expensive, they're pricey. That's really being a completist, though. I mean, one day we'll probably add those guys to our museum collection. But I'm quite satisfied with my four, especially now that I got the Cyborg specially signed one. So I'm quite satisfied with them. Guys, we're just having a lot of fun here. It's really cool to go back down memory lane with some of these figures and the comic books. I go to visit a lot of my comic book shops where I live at, and I can spend hours in there. My wife won't let me, though. But I try to get there as much as I can, and I have 2 or 3 YouTubers that are fantastic comic book collectors, and these guys are famous in their own right because of the fact that, I mean, their collections are so massive. So they're constantly putting out good content, and I'm always tuning in to watch it. So this is my little comic book version, just in Mego style. We just wanted to bring this exhibit to you and share these guys with you today. A lot of people, like I said, are clamoring, and they're asking me definitely for more exhibits. They want to see these guys together, all in one place, and I completely understand. You can kind of take it all in and see all these guys all together at once, which is super cool. Guys, we have more fun in store for you. More fun on the way. Stay tuned, guys. You know the routine. God bless. And keep collecting.